Welcome back to RADBMX Builds. Today I'm going to give you a tour of where all the merch is made right here in Boerne, Texas at no other than Bunker Branding right here behind me, which is located off the I-10 freeway frontage road in Boerne, Texas. So we're going to go on inside and you're going to see where all of the shirts, hoodies, and hats are made. So let's go. Welcome back. It's actually the next day, and I hope you enjoyed a little behind the scenes at Bunker Branding, where RADBMX Builds gets their merch. As you can see, it is a huge facility, and a lot of different YouTubers and influencers use them for their merch. It is quality stuff, and I hope you liked it. Do not leave the video yet. I'm getting ready to give you a full tour of the new temporary shop that we have set up here at my house while we build the other one. So I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I didn't capture in the video over at Bunker Branding, and that's some of the other merch. So you saw one of the green hats in the bin, but we also offer the green t-shirts. This is our military tribute line, and it has a flag on the sleeve. And this is basically to support all the veterans out there and thank them for their service by giving them a green and black military line, which I'm representing today. Let me show you some of the other merch that we have, and we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to get to the tour and show you all of the new stuff at RADBMX Builds. Okay, as you can see here, we got a couple brand new shirts, and we got one white with the black logo, black with the white logo. And just so you know, you've heard it here first, we are finally going to offer kids sizes. That's right, over at radbmxbuilds.com, you can now get youth sizes if you want to get your son a rad bike and get him doing those things that you did as a kid and look like you with some rad merch. Head on over there and get him a t-shirt. And we're also introducing a brand new color to the lineup. We're gonna have gray as an option for shirts, but let's check out some of these other things. Okay, you saw the shirts. Here's the solid black hat with the white logo, then the colored with the white front OG logo, and then the black with the OG logo. Here's the gray with the black logo. Now you're gonna be able to get a matching shirt to that as well. These are some of my personal hats. I don't have every single hat brand new. These are the ones I wear daily. And there's the black, the green, and then the other ones there. These are the ones that are available right now on the website. You can go get those hats, these shirts, along with a lot of other designs like the paint splatter logo and a small logo on the chest, big logo on the back, big logo on the chest, lots of different options. And you know what? It's January right now and it is cold out. I offer white hoodies, black hoodies, and green hoodies that are just like this shirt with the flag on the sleeve. So you can get all the clothing apparel you want, and if you want stickers, die cut or color stickers, head on over, there's my last plug, at RADBMXBUILDS.com. Okay, now it's time for a tour. Don't go anywhere. I'm getting ready to show you all of the bikes. I just want to show you this behind me. This is where I keep all of my parts and pieces for the builds. It's literally anything from bearings to pedals, chain rings, power disc, grips, brakes, handlebars, you name it. It's all right here behind me in these boxes, along with some collectible stuff that I have that is not for sale. None of this stuff behind me is for sale. And it's just stuff that I use to build bikes and collect. So let's check out some of that stuff. Right there is a future build, the Skyway gold-plated 60th anniversary bike. I have some brand new Haro 1B plates up there. And then we come down and we have just some collectible stuff here. The dyno shoes, some really cool dyno plates, some gloves, a dyno hat, a brake guard, a RADBMX Builds pad signed by Eddie Fiola, and a GT pad signed by Gary Turner. As we come on down, we have the Rad movie soundtrack, and then we got Eddie Fiola's book, the Radical Rick book, and these are all parts, and then some of the Radical Rick collectible boxes that came with the number plates, a lot of parts and pieces, an OG dyno open face helmet, Radical Rick gloves, an OG helmet, and then all my handlebars, and in that big black bucket down there are all the seats. Okay, that's kind of the central hub of where I grab stuff to put on bikes. But let's check out some of the tools. Here we go. This is a brand new toolbox from my good buddy Corey. If you remember, I built him a green and white GT Performer to match his Chevy lowrider convertible mini truck, and it's really sick. And in appreciation, he sent me a toolbox. So thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. This is just a roller bin that I keep a lot of tools in, and I can just move that around the shop. And I want to give a shout out to Basic Bikes here for this bike stand, and that link will be down below. This is some heavy duty stuff right here. Absolutely amazing, very well made, rubber stoppers on the bottom. This thing is absolutely sick, and that link will be down below if you want to get one of those. All right, moving on down, we have some artwork that I'm not going to hang on the walls in here since it's temporary. Let me walk backwards, maybe the light will be a little less glare. So we got some Radical Rick stuff. Damien sent this to me and signed it. The merch we went over. Some Bob Haro illustrations. Man, I didn't get my decals yet for this build. I'm pretty bummed about that. I'm literally just waiting on the decals to show up so I can build this Performer, which Ernie's 80s Bikes did an outstanding job of powder coating in that neon pink. So we got OG standers, mallet stem, OG dyno UL plates and flight pads. If you want to get plates and pads, you've got to hit that link down below, because you can use the discount code RADBMX and save like 10%, which is great. That pretty much gets rid of all your taxes, but use the link down below. That'll help me and help you by getting you the best price you can get. All right, I think it's time. You've waited long enough. Let's do the tour, give you the walk around in the shop, and show you the bikes we have here at RADBMX Builds. Up first, one of my all-time favorites, the 2019 Haro Team Master in chrome with blue and pink accents to go with the RADBMX Builds logo. Absolutely love this bike and how it came out. It's a lineage bike, but they only made 150 in chrome, 150 in black, 150 in red. And I couldn't say no to the chrome because that is absolutely amazing. It's got the 48s on there, Haro tires, the bash guard, which is unbelievably cool. Came with a black one, I put the pink on there, the fusion cranks. I mean, the bike just is sick. Absolutely love how that came out. Plan on keeping that for a real long time. These are gonna be the wheels for the pink Performer I just showed you a moment ago, and these are gonna be going on that bike. So very clean set of 48s with white GT tires. This is for a future build that we'll talk about another time. You've seen the Performer and you've seen the Skyway. These are two future builds coming very soon, so make sure you smash that subscribe button because those builds are gonna be really, really soon. So maybe next week or the week after. Okay, let's get into the bikes. All right, up first, one of my favorites, the 1983 PK Ripper Loop Tail in the baby blue and gold. I love this bike. I've had it a really long time. It's not going anywhere. Absolutely staying in the collection. And then the retro 2011 throwback PK Ripper, extremely rare bike. I think only 150 of these were made, and I absolutely had to have one. Cook Brothers seat post clamp, SE everything on that bike. The gold is amazing. And my third PK Ripper, I believe it's a 2015, Cook Brothers cranks, Cook Brothers seat post, just a lot of outstanding parts on that. Really like that bike. And this is one of the newer Skyways, but it's built exactly like the 80s Skyways. Same geometry, same everything. Absolutely cool bike. Got the Redline flights on there with the Skyway decal, the old school Redline sprocket. Just a really cool bike. Really screams 80s with those colors, right? And talking about screaming 80s, the first year, 1989, Dyno VFR in all of those 80s colors. I built this to match the logo as well. The pink and blue, like RADBMXBUILDS does, the very 80s look. Aqua Skyways, fresh powder coat, the flight splatter pads, which are really cool. Power disc with matching chainring bolts. And it's got the brake guard, it's got the dyno pegs back there, and it's got the dyno seat. Absolutely killer bike. I know it's a VFR, but I had to have it. It's the first year they made them, and those colors are insane. Okay, this bike's been doing really well. This is a Redline that I just built, and it's got Redline grips, Redline bars, Redline stem, frame, forks, the single pinch 401 cranks. It's got the Redline sprocket. I mean, this bike is loaded. Redline seat. This bike is absolutely amazing with the flight pads, the flight donuts. I love the way this bike came out. I just threw on the dyno number plate. Man, this bike just makes me so happy in how it turned out, and I really like it. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Ooh, talk about rare. A 1979 fully restored. Just this bike's perfection. This is an Eddie King bike with the Euro bottom bracket, and it is in 10 of 10 condition. Absolutely perfect. Let me pull this number plate up a little bit. So I didn't throw zip ties around here. I probably could have, so it doesn't slide down, but that is a replica plate by 4416. Did an outstanding job with that. Again, Ernie's 80s Bikes did the powder coat restoration on the frame. Tongi forks. And then Basic Bicycles again with the Acorn Gold axle nuts that you can get as well. And then I got some old school Sagino Maxi cranks and the Sagino Crown sprocket or chainring. I love the way that looks. And like I said earlier, this is a Euro bottom bracket bike, which is really rare back in 1979 on the Torquers. It's got a Cashamax seat, Comp 3 tires, Yukai wheels, a fluted seat post. This bike is a pure beaut. I mean, it could win any show in that category. It is super rad. Okay, talk about rad. The GT 50th anniversary prototype bike. That's right, you heard me. Prototype. The frame, forks, bars, and seat post were used by Gary and Craig Turner to promote the launch of the GT 50th anniversary collaboration that they did. And I put GT parts all over this bike. So GT hubs, GT cranks, all kinds of stuff. But what I did is I linked up with Pro Neck and got a polished Pro Neck stem, a Pro Neck seat post clamp, and a Pro Neck power disc. So a lot of really high polished pro neck stuff, GT seat, GT pads, GT grips, GT donuts, GT, well, it's a 09 Aeroflow plate, but it's got the GT decals on it. Super rad bike. Speaking of rad, the same bike, GT 50th anniversary, but this one's actually stamped on the serial number as RADBMX. So this was a bike that Craig built for me. I gave him the dimensions that I wanted, and he built this bike for me for RADBMX. And then it was a frame, fork, handlebar, and seat post set that he sent me, and then I did the build. So I added all the GT parts on this bike, the seat clamp. I added the 3-piece cranks. I mean, I just went all out on this build. Mallet stem, GT bars, GT pads, dyno plate. I just couldn't be happier with that bike. Now, what's in the box, Sean? This is a 24-inch Dyno Pro Comp team model in white, and it is a custom build and is available on the website. Next to it is a chrome Powerlite P38 custom build, also on the website. If you want to see what those bikes look like, head over to RADBMXBUILDS.com and you can buy either of those two bikes already boxed up, ready to go. If you buy it, it ships the next day. So don't miss out. If you want a bike, none of these in the lineup are for sale. However, the two in the boxes are for sale and available right now. So don't miss out on that. Okay, we talked a lot about the merch, and the reason I did that is now that I live in Boerne, Texas, where my merch is made, you're gonna start seeing a lot of new product come out. I already have 2 new designs that have been approved and are being worked on by graphic designers right now. So they're not gonna have the RADBMX Builds logo. I think those are gonna be a thing of the past. We're moving forward with other BMX type merch from RADBMX Builds made by Bunker Branding. So stay tuned to that. Okay, we also talked about the bikes in the shop, talked about the shop a little bit, and we are in a transition here. We just moved here. I'm gonna be using this space temporarily because I'm building my own shop from the ground up, and that's gonna take time, but I will document that process as we move forward with concrete slab, building, electrical, installation, plumbing. I mean, it goes on and on and on, and it's a lot of money. So please help a homie out. Grab something on your way out. I appreciate it. Every little penny I make goes right back in to RADBMX Builds. It doesn't pay for anything else other than bike stuff. So your money will be spent in the raddest of ways. So support me if you can. If not, just enjoy the content by hitting that subscribe button. And as always, stay rad.